Hi.
Hello. So thank you for joining for today's session. I'm your host, Iris, and here we have our interviewee, Liam Kim from EduConnect. He's the co-leader of the organization and has been dedicating himself to providing education access to all people who do not have access. So could you please start off our interview by introducing yourself? Please tell us your name, grade level, the organization that you're part of, and briefly describe what kind of person you think you are.
Okay, hello, the readers of the Robinson Review, and hello, EduConnectors. My name is Liam Kim, and I am a current junior in Korea International School Jeju, also known as KSJ. And then I am the co-leader and also the head project manager of EduConnect. So I generally manage all of the projects that go on EduConnect in the status quo. And then briefly describing what kind of person I am a quite jovial person with lots of enjoyments. I like to have fun. And then I really like to kind of keep things in a really lightened mood to have a really encouraging atmosphere for all students and all teachers and all our YouTube subscribers and viewers to kind of get to know who I really am, apart from getting all the necessary knowledge that they would like to have. And then also kind of build lots of personal relationships with me through personal interactions, and also learn lots of new information or new things that they would like to learn about through our programs.
Thank you for your amazing introduction. Next, we'll be moving on to talking about your areas of interest or passion. So could you please share any of them?
Okay, so an area that I'm really interested in is the field of diplomatic relations, also known as international relations. So in the future, I hope to be a diplomat. So going around the world and meeting new people and delegates from many different countries, and then kind of interacting with them to get the result that I want to have, right? I want to really kind of make a change to the world and then like bring some many national benefits to my own country, South Korea, through these diplomatic kind of relations, and also build a society where like abiding to the UN SDG goals, I really want to contribute in the UN by providing for example, UN SDG goal number 4, access to quality education for all people. So that is actually what EduConnect is responsible for. EduConnect's aims was created to achieve this goal, the UN SDG number 4, of providing quality education for all people, regardless of their socioeconomic status, regardless of their knowledge or their background or their race, or any other things that may determine a person who they really are. We're trying to provide lots of support and lots of knowledge, a diffusion of knowledge and culture for free, through in the form of a free kind of distribution on using the platforms on YouTube and Instagram. So as you can see, I'm really passionate about some international relations and meeting new people and getting to work with them. And that's why I developed EduConnect into an international NGO, non-governmental organization, where I meet new people every day, people from Africa, people from Europe, America, South Korea, Japan. Well, I meet lots of refugees from many other countries as well. So establishing these relationships with new people and getting to work with them to provide quality education for all, which is like a factor that all people want, right? All people want quality education to kind of enhance their fulfilling potentials as a human being, and then also get to learn lots of new things so that they can get closer to their step of achieving their true goals, right? The goals that they want to achieve as an adult when they grow up. So as the leader of EduConnect, these are the things I do. This is what EduConnect is responsible for, and it is also our kind of like, the reason why EduConnect was created. And then I really connected those kind of really humanitarian approaches, some really good things, like in the kind of context of an international service kind of context, to provide these services for free to all people from the globe, reaching all people, and then interacting with them to achieve the common goal of helping people to fulfill their human potential and also to resolve any questions or any kind of like knowledge that they would like to get resolved.
When you talked about diplomacy, your passion in diplomacy, I immediately thought of MUN because that's why you're devoting yourself to MUN, right? Like when I joined the same conference with you, I could really see your passion to diplomacy. And I could see your like amazing amount of preparation, also your confidence in your speech. And yeah, and I think it's really, really cool. Thank you for bringing up SDG goals as well, as they are a huge part of your organization's mission. And I can really see the big goal of your organization as it's providing education access to all different people. And now we're going to move on talking about the organization itself. So I think you already explained us with a great amount of detail about what kind of organization is EduConnect. So maybe it'll be great if you can discuss some activities you and your organization have done in the past.
Okay, so I believe as those who are able to receive high-level education at each of our talents and interests, I think it is important for us to share our knowledge and interest beyond the environment around us. So despite the modern world has faced advancements in the standard living conditions and reduced literacy rates, EduConnect believes that there are still some social minorities who need the help of a hand for gaining access to quality education, a thing that has become a privilege for the socially favored, while it is supposed to be equally open for each and every one of our society. So that's why we pair with the UN SDG goal number 4 that I mentioned before. And over the past 4 years, EduConnect has been serving as a branch for refugees, for young children and students of all ages who are in need for the opportunity of quality education in the form of an educational non-governmental organization. So along our paths, we have collected over 230 followers on our social media webpage on Instagram, over 10,000 views total on our Instagram Reels, and over 1,650 plus views. I think it's around 2,000 at this point, total on our official YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, we provide lectures on many different stuff. So we film the kind of services that we do online through Zoom. So we kind of film the highlights from our Zoom sessions with some refugees and with some children who are in need of a help to English education. So since I am attending an international school, I really think that I'm kind of really privileged, right? Because an international school, it requires lots of tuition. So I'm kind of privileged, right? And my mission, the mission of myself and my group is to give back all of this privilege that I've experienced from society back to the society by providing all levels of quality education that people in the society may need for free. So I'm really trying to diffuse my knowledge to people. So that's why on my YouTube channel, I also teach English, but then I also teach my area of kind of expertise and my interest. I also teach AP Psychology, and I'm planning to teach some history lectures, AP World History or AP US History for international students and my peers in international environments. But then for just like people in general, I'm also planning to include some podcasts on really controversial, in my case, many controversial, debatable international relations related topics, or some other people who are interested in science, like those other people in our group, they are managing some lectures on some mathematics and science subjects, such as STEM subjects, also in the STEM subjects. And they're also conducting research on medicine or some kind of in research on the COVID-19 virus status. So as you can see, our group kind of gets over all of the possible subjects and areas and the really important factors of society with great depths. And then we also left a record on our official YouTube channel and our official Instagram and our webpage. So you may kind of come to our webpage, our official YouTube channel, and then leave some comments, leave some likes, and subscribe our channel, and then get to know all of us personally because we all left our emails and our Instagram IDs. So we can also build personal relationships and then also seek for collaborative approaches. If you people watching this video or even the Robinson Review, if you'd like to have a collaboration with EduConnect, then please feel free to contact us so we could have host lots of additional MUN conferences or additional many additional competitions that we could work together to provide a space for opportunity for all people who may be deprived of those access to those quality kind of experiences. So we serve as a really huge group, international NGO, to serve these kind of opportunities to those who may not really have access to these environments and opportunities, and also enhance the learning experience by kind of coaching on others. If they have any difficulties with solving through specific, math problems, or if they are curious about international relations, what is happening to status quo, I can provide a lecture on YouTube and then people can watch it. And then we can also, share ideas by, through email or Instagram direct messages. And we can also have an opportunity for debate. And that's happening right now. So yeah, so that is what EduConnect does. And then we aim to extend our ever-reaching service into the school environment of KISJ, my school, right now, in order to seek for the altruistic common good of coming to have a better understanding of various subjects that the students need help with. So for example, we're going to teach AP Psychology, myself, and AP World History, and then some other kids who are part of our group are going to teach STEM subjects. So we're going to host like after-school academic support sessions so that we can cover some areas that the teachers may have difficulties with because like they are too full of schedule, right? So some students, they cannot ask some questions to the teachers. That's a problem in KSJ right now. So as a school group and an NGO, we're trying to resolve that problem within the school environment as well to provide quality education to those who may be in need of help for those opportunities. And I think that if we kind of, pursue these goals and our approaches on how we kind of manage our activities, we can seek towards like, a society where everybody may kind of benefit from the good of education, from the good of sharing knowledge, and then these kind of really humanitarian purposes. So I really hope that EduConnect's these kind of activities really show off well to you who is like watching this podcast. And also, please feel free to contact me if you would like to join EduConnect.
Whoa, that was really, really long, and that was a great amount of detail. Thank you for sharing. I've also seen a lot of posts and videos on Instagram and YouTube. I also saw your AP Psychology lectures and thought, this is how you share the knowledge you acquired at school. So this is how you diffuse your knowledge. It's great that the organization is like not just producing lectures, but also taking direct action, such as like providing iPad. I saw that on the website, such as providing electronic devices to children who do not have access to online educational resources. So great. And you also explained your role in EduConnect, how you manage specific areas in the organization. So I think we can move on. So to talking about your personal experience, like how is your experience so far in EduConnect? Can you share with us any feelings or thoughts you have on the organization?
So by far, having accumulated 4 years of experience of teaching kids and other like refugees and some peers that I have who are having difficulties on specific subjects, I really feel that I'm kind of making a change in our society. Starting from our local school environment, I'm starting to help them with any kind of aid that they need in order to like seek for the common good, right? So my kind of personal belief is what's the good if it's only I who benefit from the knowledge that I gain or receive, right? I really hope to diffuse the knowledge that I have because I think all of this is a privilege, right? Because I'm attending an international school again, and then it requires lots of tuition, right? So I really think that there's a really good need to distribute all of these knowledges and all of these privileges that I've gained through my life back to the society. So I really have good feelings about myself. Well, I collected over 2,000 views on YouTube and then over 1,000 views on Instagram on our reels. So I think this really, whenever I check the level of like the subscribers like increasing and the likes that are kind of like coming as an alarm to my phone, or whenever I see the level of views, the amount of views increasing on YouTube, I really feel nice. I really feel happy that people are actually taking care of the things I do on our group. And then I'm actually helping people to get through their academic, kind of like curiosities, or like to talk with them, to meet new people and discuss some international related stuff, the things that I'm interested in, or maybe some other stuff that they're interested in. Yeah, so I think I'm really pretty doing a good job, and I really feel happy that our international society is starting to make a change based on my kind of activities and how I'm contributing to our society to seek for the common good.
Like I totally agree on how you explain that. Because I'm also a student at KIS, like international school, I also thought that I'm a really privileged person because the tuition it's not ignorable, or the opportunities the school has to offer to us. They're really, really rare opportunities. So I agree on how you said that we're privileged, and the more resources we have access to, the more we need to give back to the society. So thank you for mentioning that. And now we're going to talk about you talked about your achievements and basically the process. Now we're going to talk about some obstacles or difficulties that you faced along the way. So, what are some obstacles that you faced in your journey in EduConnect or in your area of interest? How did you manage them? Do you even see them as obstacles?
So although EduConnect is now a really huge international NGO with a certified, like an NGO certificate, and then like we're also a big group providing all these services to our school community and to the international community, right? We're extending our influence right now, but then EduConnect wasn't like this from the start. And only 3 of us followed our Instagram account. So there were no followers on Instagram except for us. And then nobody knew what EduConnect was doing, right? And then nobody even knew our goals and missions because I never really had the opportunity to have these types of interviews with other groups who are responsible for, like kind of providing these interviews and like knowledge and insights of famous, not fame, I will not really call myself famous, they're really influential people, right? So yeah, I feel really, really grateful that I'm getting this opportunity. I would like I would like to say thank you to the Robinson Review for this opportunity. Then going back to the question, some obstacles I faced was that when there was a time of a level of influence, when the times when our level of influence was quite low, I really tried hard to break the barriers, right? So I would call myself a kind of introverted person. Although I really look extroverted on the outside and I like meeting new people, it's always kind of, it's kind of hard to, approach other companies or other kind of, international non-governmental organizations to kind of like ask them to follow us back for a follow or, to like kind of have negotiations on how to sign some like memorandum of understandings, MOUs, to kind of discuss some further, like process on how to kind of benefit each other mutually through some business relations. So this is an area of business. Managing a non-governmental organization requires lots of like diplomatic skills, right? You need to talk with people from other groups, from other countries who may have different perspectives as you, and then you need to kind of negotiate with them to form an MOU in order to form a long-term relationship, in order to pursue a really long-term kind of impactful activities, right? So when I was really, like friendless non in regards to like non-organizational, like, NGO relations, when when our group was friendless, it was really hard to, like connect with people because at that time, we didn't even have our YouTube channel. We didn't even have like these refugee educations. All we did was produce some like, educational study guides for people who would like to kind of gain access to quality education on English, right? So we just like, like created some materials. We would host like, like regular sessions by going to some like childcare services centers and then educating English for them and just distributing some like basic English skills. And then all we did was like donate stuff. Donating is a big part of our group as well. As you have mentioned, we have donated lots of like iPads, lots of electronic devices, using our own money and then using our kind of like fundraising events in order to pay for all of the kind of services that we provide for, right? Because if you want to like attend our Zoom meetings, because all of our activities are done through Zoom meetings mostly, like all the education sessions. So you need a device, right? But then since we're educating people who have a lack of access to these socioeconomic kind of status related things, they do not have these devices. So it was also an obstacle for us to like kind of, gather the funds to provide iPads to them, to like donate all of these, really expensive tools, computers, iPads to them. That was also an obstacle. Like, yeah, we really didn't know where to start. But then because of, like to brag about myself, because of my various ideas and because of my drive towards, like making this EduConnect thingy a success, and then also to provide an insight to my kind of past, to my personal goal of providing all of these privileges that I have gained from my life back to the society, because I really wanted to achieve this goal. I pursued through these obstacles and the hard times, and then I started to reach out to many international organizations, talk to new people that I met at the MEN conference. Most of the people I met at the MEN conference had their own non-governmental organizations. And that's exactly how I got to know the Robinson Review, right? That's exactly how I met the Robinson Review. So just like this, I talked to new people. I got out of my, like kind of like shy self and tried to be like a really great extrovert, talking with new people, and then like providing insights on what kind of activities that we can do together to better our societies through some kind of host events, and how to provide this quality education for all, and then how to provide a safe environment for everybody to learn in a safe environment in which they would not really feel kind of, left out, right? Just because they are in a low socioeconomic status, it doesn't really mean that they should be, really kind of embarrassed that they're receiving these services from us, right? So that was also an aspect that we kind of really worried about. We are really worried that these people may feel kind of like embarrassed that they would need to like have these kind of materials donated to them, right? They're not paying us for these expensive materials or like our study sessions, the various hours, right? They're just like doing it for free. But then I really didn't want them to feel embarrassed. So that wasn't really area that I really focused on. Getting to know the people, the refugees, the people in need, the children in need, and then get to know them personally and build lots of personal relationships with them. So that, like they could get to know my jovial and my joyous self, and they know that I'm not that kind of person. I'm really open to sharing all the materials, all the knowledge that I have for free, right? Because that's like the root for our global society to prosper as a whole group, right? So since that is like the main goal and the purpose of EduConnect, really that kind of obstacle, I don't really think, like thinking about it as of now, I don't really think that was like really a hard time for us. I mean, it was indeed like hard in regards to like, like our working conditions. And, when we started our service, like it was really kind of hard to like reach out to people. But however, those obstacles, I could get through them with joy and my enthusiastic self, because I had this really firm goal and my firm determination that I really wanted to get this service rolling and then provide a really safe environment for everybody to enjoy the happiness of getting to learn all the knowledges and getting to like, fulfill their human potentials. Yeah.
I could really feel your passion. Thank you very much. So using your expertise and knowledge, if you could give advice to a student who is interested in field of education or interested in educating others, what would you say?
Well, as I started my business, I really recommend them to, if they're interested in education, like providing education for like new people, refugees, and so on, I would really suggest them to reach your level of influence, right? So you really need to advertise yourself to others. Don't be a shy person, like, like kind of tell people who you really are and then the things that you're capable of. And then, try to like kind of also be an expert on your field, right? So you should really select a field that you're really interested in and then you're passionate about and are good at. For me, that's AP psychology, AP world history, and some like international related topics, right? And some like law related topics and some politics related topics. That's my area of interest. So if you have really these kind of specific areas of interest, you will be able to meet new other people in the field of education who may also have the same goal as you, but they may be an expert in a different field. In my case, I met my vice president in a really, who really is an expert in STEM related subjects, right? So because she is a STEM related subject major, and then I am trying to go through an area of the international relations related major. Combining these two areas, now I'm able to like have a really good kind of like an influential kind of reach to all people, right? Because like some people may need these areas of like social studies related help. Some people may need help with their English skills, basic English skills. Some people may need help with science, just as I do. So using these areas of influence and this area of reach, collect your crew members, and then form a really big group. It's just like the One Piece, right? I don't know if you guys really enjoy the One Piece animation, but it's just like Luffy, right? Being the captain and trying to recruit all their crews, right? Some like for example, there's a cook and there's a fighter and there's a navigator, right? So collect your crew members and then form like a pirates group, and then if you have the goal, just like Luffy, become the king of the pirates, and myself becoming an influential speaker, an influential lecturer on these like kind of my various knowledges, I think it'll be really good for a person interested in this field to start the business. If they kind of like use these skills and using these advices that I've told them right now to start a really influential business. And I really hope some other groups such as EduConnect will be created in the near future, such as like the second EduConnect, the third EduConnect, the post EduConnects that will be created in the future, so that the level of influence can be forever, right? So that EduConnect and myself could leave a legacy on this field to, like in providing all of these privileges that we have gotten to back to the society in this area of field. I think we can like kind of leave a legacy if students can also pursue their kind of goals in providing these levels of education back to the society and for free without any profits. That's the main goal. Yeah.
And now, do you have any ideas left to sharing with us, like worth sharing with us? It can be anything, not just related to EduConnect.
Currently, EduConnect is trying to establish a separate branch in Africa. In the country of Rwanda, EduConnect is starting to start a project called the V Farm project. So one kind of concern I had with the current international related studies and the status quo was that the third world countries, they have been experiencing lots of famine problems, right? Despite how many like kind of international, kind of related approaches that the international society and the UN has tried to implement to the African countries, the African third world countries never seem to get out of their famine problems, right? And then I think the main reason behind that is because they have the lack of infrastructure. So no matter how much money and no matter how much food that we donate to those people, they will never be able to kind of sustain the money and the food that we donated to them forever, right? Because money and food, they are consumable, right? So I really felt that there's a really big need to help them to establish a really long-term solution on how to manage with these food-related, famine-related problems, right? So I decided to, through thorough research, I found out that aquaponics is a really big kind of technology that could help resolve these famine-related issues and for in the area of infrastructure. So aquaponics is not really hard to make in regards to like kind of construction-related businesses. And then also aquaponics is about using the minimum level of water to like kind of like provide water for all the agricultural fields that needs to be farmed, right? So since aquaponics is like this really innovative technology that has been a rising kind of really hot issue on our international related kind of issues, like as a solution, I decided to like in a collaboration with the Rwandan government, through many kind of, as I told you, I met lots of crew members. Then one of them happened to have a connection with the Rwandan government. So yeah, so I took that initiative to connect with the government, the presidency, and then we're trying to establish a memorandum of agreement at this status quo. And then we have also kind of succeeded halfway through kind of like trying to start the business of establishing those aquaponics programs. And then we have currently borrowed a really kind of like not really big building, but like a small kind of place, like a building where people can utilize as a shop, like a free refrigerator, and also as a shop for profits to kind of localize to kind of like make profits out of the local economy, right? To kind of activate the local economy. So my idea right now is by using those, new vegetables and like new kind of like, crops that they have grown self-sustainably without any help from the other countries in regards to like financially or kind of like food storage kind of context, with the infrastructure that we have provided to them through self-sustainable agriculture. By using those crops that have grown by themselves, I think they can kind of really make profits out of it by making them into salads, right? So, for example, ranch salads or Cajun chicken salads or any kind of salads that are really like kind of famous in Africa. I need to kind of delve into research of what kind of taste they like, but then still using those new salad recipes and like vegetable related food dishes, I think we can also catch like two areas of interest, right? One, resolving hunger. Two, eating a really nice meal, right? Because people are happy when they eat a nice meal. I myself, I really get happy when I have nice meals, right? So that's like one of the key reasons why I really wanted to start this business, because I like eating stuff so much. I really wanted to share also this enjoyment of eating, right? And also to relieve the Africans of their hunger. Although I know that like this will not be the ultimate solution to solve all the famine problems and also the hunger problems, it's like a big stretch. But then still, I'm trying to take an initiative as a global kind of leader, right? I'm trying to help them to get out of famine problem by identifying the correct reason why they have been in this famine situation for the past like 3-4 decades, right? So I'm trying my best in the status quo with my crew members brainstorming every night and day on how to really resolve the famine problem in Rwanda. And also starting from Rwanda, we're trying to establish a franchise business. So if our who knows, maybe our like kind of business could succeed in Rwanda, and then we could extend to Egypt, we can extend to Syria, we can extend to like many different countries around the world, right? So I really believe in this project, and I really believe in the path that I'm going, because I just like as I've gone through the obstacle when I started EduConnect, when nobody cared about EduConnect, and when EduConnect was like a branch by itself. And then when EduConnect didn't have all the YouTube lectures and Instagram regular posts and those like regular process checks, I believe the reform project that I'm trying to initiate, the construction project, will also be a success because I have this passion. I have a dream of establishing a really safe environment for everyone to be relieved of hunger, and then to foster a really kind of self-sustainable environment in which they can prosper without having to rely on the international community, right? Because they have their own self-sovereignty, they have their own rights to decide what they want, right? But then I believe if they keep relying on the international community, they kind of have to give something back in turn, right? So I think that was also a problem in why the international community kind of hesitated in providing lots of kind of really a high level of long-term solutions to those African countries, because there was like a really unbalance between give and take, right? But then, as I've told you, since EduConnect is like a branch that doesn't really care about profits, doesn't really care about the term we get, we're just trying to provide all the services we have, using all the privileges we have, using all the materials, resources, and human resources we have. We're trying to provide this really extensive level of reach to global society so that we can create a world in which every person, including you, me, the Robinson Review, EduConnect, Rwanda, South Korea, the USA, China, all of us, of our international community, to have a really coherent success in the standards of living, and also to seek for the common good.
Yeah, I could really feel your passion, and it's really wonderful that your organization is expanding further and further. And I really hope your organization can provide access to education to basically all areas on the globe. So today, I was able to listen to Liam's journey, and you were also able to listen to his journey in related to providing education access to all people, as well as negotiating using diplomacy to manage organizations. It's wonderful, Liam, that you're making real changes, and thank you for sharing us your mindset and thoughts on sharing your knowledge. You're a really good speaker, by the way. It'll be great if you can join us on another day if we get a chance. I hope you have a nice day, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
All right, thank you, Iris. Thank you, Robinson Review subscribers, the Robinson Review department. Thank you, EduConnectors, for again pressing likes and subscribe to this video. And then I really hope to have future joint host events to host joint events with Robinson Review for further any competitions or any like kind of joint events on like using platforms to extend our business level of reach, just as the EduConnect's main goal, for free, of course, for non-governmental organization, like non-profit related purposes. And then I really hope that our level of reach can really make an impact on the world, and that people may benefit from the kind of share back to the society that we're providing to them. Thank you all. And then I really hope that this interview session was really enlightening to you guys and really enjoyable. And I really hope to see you guys again. Bye.
Thank you very much.